I believe we are, yes, we are live. Just give me 1 second. Okay. All right. We'll give people a minute to get on. And let me know if you can hear me. I think we're okay. How's everybody doing? Good? I am doing this from home right now. So if there are dogs involved, if you see anybody walking around, please excuse them. And it will lighten up once I move to the back of the mat. So if I haven't met you before, my name is Lindsey, and this is a super open level class, which for me means that if I cue something and you need to modify it, if it's outside of your practice or you're just not feeling it tonight, please feel free to modify. But that also means that if I cue something and you'd like to go deeper or you have a more advanced practice, feel free to go there as well. I am just a guide. I want you to get out of this practice, whatever it is that you are needing right now. So we're going to get started, and we will start in the middle of our mat in a comfortable seated position, knees open wide, ankles crossed, pressing our sits bones down into the mat. You're looking for grounding, which I think a lot of us are, placing the palms on tops of the knees. But if you're open to new opportunities, new space, palms open to receive, beginning to tune into your breath as you either soften your gaze or close your eyes, allowing that breath to move from the belly, through the chest, in and out through the nose or through the mouth. Watching that movement up and down the body, focusing on the movement of the breath within the stillness of the body. Noticing if the breaths are deep or shallow, fast or slow, long or short. Not trying to change the breath or breathe in any particular way. Not judging if you're doing it right or wrong. Just simply being aware of your natural state, your natural rhythm. Just focusing on that beautiful breath. Scanning down through the body, starting at the top of the head, moving through the face and through the neck, noticing any areas of tension or frustration, any stiffness, any tightness, moving through the shoulders, down the arms, to the tips of the fingers, scanning down through the chest and the back, through the abdomen, into the hips, noticing any tightness or soreness or even pain. Scanning down through the legs, all the way down through the feet, to the tips of the toes. Just noticing. Slowly beginning to deepen the breath. Taking a deep inhale in through the nose. And exhaling out through the mouth. Another deep inhale in. And exhale it out. Continuing to take deep inhales and deep exhales in and out through the nose, warming the body from the inside out, sending those inhales to the areas of tension you notice during your body scan, and allowing those exhales to soften the body as you release. Drawing the hands together at heart center in prayer and setting an intention or a dedication for your practice, something you need for yourself, or dedicating your practice to someone or something else. Peace, courage, strength, compassion. Drawing that intention or dedication in to your heart on the inhale. And exhale to let it go. Allowing the universe or your higher power to work out the details for you. On your next breath, beginning to flutter the eyes open, coming back to this space. Using that inhale to reach the arms up overhead, finding length, softening the shoulders, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches overhead. Inhale to walk the fingertips out. Exhale to bend just a bit deeper, driving that left cheek into the mat. You stretch through the left side body. Inhale back up through center, finding length through both hands. Exhale, left hand comes down, right arm reaches. Inhale to walk the fingertips out, trying to tuck that left shoulder underneath the right. Exhale, bend just a bit deeper. Inhale back through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand comes behind you, left hand on top of the right knee. Gazing out over that right shoulder. A nice gentle twist here to begin our practice. Don't overdo it. Inhale to come back through center, arms reach. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand on top of the left knee. Gazing out over that left shoulder. Inhale to come back through center, finding length one more time. And exhale to roll over the knees, finding a tabletop position in the center of your mat. Stacking shoulders over the elbows, over the wrists. Knees hip-width distance apart, toes untucked. Pressing through each and every finger. On the inhale, drop the belly, shine the heart forward for cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, draw the navel in for cat. Inhale to cow, shining your heart forward, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhale to cat, drawing that navel toward the spine. Continuing those two poses back and forth. And adding anything else that feels good here. Swaying the hips from side to side. Looking over the right or left shoulder. Flipping or reversing the palms. Listening to exactly what your body needs in this moment. Being fully present, fully aware. After your next exhale, coming back to a neutral spine. Stepping the left foot back, toes are down, planted on the mat. Inhale, reach the right arm forward to find length. And gently beginning to lift the left toes off the mat, flexing the left foot. Keeping everything in line, Find one more breath for length. Exhale, rounding the spine, knee to elbow under the body. Inhale, extend, find length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow, last one. Inhale, find length. Release the right hand down, kickstand the right foot out, and find a modified side plank, flexing the left foot, stacking the left hip on top of the right, reaching through the left hand, opening up, and exhale to release it back down, moving through a round of cats and cows, working out that side, and moving to the opposite side. Inhale, step the right foot back, point the toes down, find length through the left hand, and begin to lift the right toes off of the mat. Flexing, pressing that heel back, find a little bit more length. Exhale, round the spine, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one. Inhale, find length. Exhale, left hand comes down. Kick the left foot out for a kickstand. Stacking the right hip on top of the left. Flexing the right toes. Right arm reaches. Modified side plank. And exhale, right hand comes down to the mat. Sinking the seat back, knees open wide, child's pose, lowering the forehead down onto the mat. Finding length through the fingertips, with every exhale sinking the seat back further toward the heels. Keeping this an active pose. On your next breath, pressing into the palms, find downward facing dog. Creating that nice upside down V shape with our body, lifting the tailbone to the sky, pedaling out the feet, bending the knees, finding movement here, whatever feels good. With every inhale, lifting the tailbone, every exhale, reaching the heels toward the earth, pressing through the palms, relaxing the neck. On the inhale, rise up onto the toes. All those cracks pull forward, so plank pose. Holding here for 3 breaths. Reaching the heels toward the back of the room as you press through the palms. Firing up the core. Holding and breathing for 1 more breath. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up onto the toes. Take a slow walk to the top of your mat. Coming into ragdoll pose. Feet are behind the palms, bending the knees generously, grabbing for opposite elbows. Allowing the crown of the head to sink toward the earth, shifting the weight into the toes and back into the heels. Allowing anything heavy that you've been carrying to roll down the spine, off the crown of the head, onto the mat. Letting it go. On your next exhale, releasing the fingertips to the mat. Taking a slow roll up to stand, finding Tadasana, mountain pose. Palms face forward, big toes together to touch. Slight separation in the heels, stacking the body on top of itself. Moving through 1 Surya Namaskara A to begin to warm the body. Inhale, find length through the fingertips. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, stepping back into plank pose. Dropping knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale the heart forward and through, baby cobra. Exhale, press back through child's pose. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Inhale, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees to look forward. Inhale, step or float to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky, hands to heart center in prayer. Once more like that, modifying as needed or going for the full vinyasa. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float back, bending at the elbows, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale your heart forward and through, upward facing dog. Exhale the hips, up and back, downward facing dog. Finding 3 deep, complete and cleansing breaths here. Inhale to fill the belly. Exhale to let it go. Inhale to rise up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees to look forward. Inhale, step or float to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky, hands to heart center in prayer. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the seat, Utkatasana, awkward chair pose. Holding here for 3 breaths. As you squeeze the thighs together, sinking the weight back into the heels, maybe lifting the toes, drawing the biceps up by the ears, relaxing the shoulders. 1 more breath. Exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float back, flowing through your vinyasa, modifying as needed, eventually finding downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, drawing the right knee toward the nose, plant the right foot between the palms, drop the left heel to a 45-degree angle, and rise up, warrior 1. Driving that left hip forward as you pull that right hip back, bending deeply into that right knee, finding a bit more length through the fingertips. And exhale, hands come down to the earth. Step the right foot back to meet the left, either flowing through your vinyasa or moving straight back to down dog. From down dog, reach the left leg up and back. Exhale, drawing the knee toward the nose, plant the left foot, warrior 1. Right foot's at a 45-degree angle, pulling that right hip forward, pressing that left hip back, bending into that left knee, fingertips reach, softening the shoulders, finding your breath. Exhale, circle the palms down, frame the front foot, stepping the left foot back to meet the right, and either flowing through your vinyasa or moving right back to down dog. Connecting breath to movement, staying present to each and every posture. From downward facing dog, on the inhale, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees to look forward. Inhale, step or float to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the seat, awkward chair. Exhale, rise to stand, hands to heart center in prayer. Everybody doing okay? Taking a deep inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, shift the weight into the right foot. Step the left foot back into a low runner's lunge. Pressing that back left big toe into the mat. Allowing that left hip to drop. Holding and breathing here, getting that nice deep stretch. And exhale, drop the left knee, untuck the toes, finding low lunge, pressing the hips forward, hands come to the thigh. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, bring that right hand to the right hip, or maybe toward the earth as you bend that left hand overhead toward the right side, stretching out the left side body. Squeezing the legs together to keep your balance, bending just a bit deeper. Exhale to come back up through center. Hands come to the earth, walking the toes forward. Finding half split, straighten the front leg, hips stack on top of the left knee. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, flexing the right foot, driving the right heel into the mat. Draw the nose toward the right knee. Breathing into the back of the right leg. Finding 2 breaths here. Beginning to rebend into that right knee. Walk the palms forward. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee. Down dog split. Swing that right leg up and back. Making circles with the knee. Wiggling the ankle, the toes, opening everything up. And releasing it up and back. Dropping the right foot next to the left. Pull forward to a plank pose and flow through your vinyasa. Continuing to warm the body. From downward facing dog, reach the left heel up and back, drawing the nose toward the knee, coming down into your runner's lunge, dropping that left foot between the palms, reaching that right heel back, allowing that right hip to drop, and dropping the right knee, coming back into your low lunge on the left side, palms come to the thigh, arms reach toward the sky, pressing the hips forward. Left hand comes to the hip or to the earth. Right arm bends overhead, feeling that stretch through the right side body, squeezing the legs together to keep your balance. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hands come to the earth. Wiggle walk the left toes forward just a bit. Straighten the front leg. Drive that left heel into the mat. Flex the left toes. Hips are stacked on top of the right knee. Exhale, fold. Breathing into the back of that left leg. One more breath here. Rebending into that left knee. Plant the palms, tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee, down dog split. Bending the left knee, making circles, wiggling the ankle, the toes, changing directions. Re-straightening the leg, allowing the left foot to come next to the right, pulling forward to a plank pose and moving through your vinyasa, eventually making your way back to downward facing dog. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Inhale, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees to look forward. Inhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the seat. Awkward chair. Hands come together, heart center in prayer. Exhale, twist to the right. Either staying up high or coming down low, tucking the left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Keeping the knees in line with one another, or option to stay up high, shifting the weight into the heels, twisting just a bit deeper. Inhale back through center, reaching through the fingertips, sink the seat just a bit lower. Hands come back to the heart. Exhale, twist to the right. Finding the same version of twisted chair, either coming down low or drawing yourself up. Coming back through center, arms, spine length. Exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float back, moving through your vinyasa. We're going straight back to downward facing dog. Moving and breathing. Staying present to each posture. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, drawing the knee toward the nose, high lunge pose. Plant the right foot around the ball of the back foot. Drawing yourself up. Keeping that back leg straight behind you. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, rebend, cactus arms, squeezing the shoulder blades together, shining your heart forward. Inhale, straighten, arms up. Exhale, rebend, squeezing the shoulder blades, cactus arms. Inhale, straighten. Last one, exhale, rebend, nice and deep. Inhale, straighten, keeping the legs straight. Folding forward, modified pyramid pose. Driving that left heel toward the back of the room, toward the mat. As you draw your nose toward your knee. Holding and breathing here. Finding one more breath, folding just a bit deeper. Beginning to put a micro bend into that right knee as you walk the hands forward, lifting the left leg to standing split. The first standing split, being gentle with yourself here, pointing the toes, lifting the leg just a bit higher. Exhale, left foot meets right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the seat, awkward chair. Exhale, hands to heart center in prayer, twisting to the right. Maybe taking another version of your twisted chair here, such as opening the arms. We're taking a half bind. On the exhale, twisting just a bit deeper. Inhale to come back through center. Hands back to heart center. Exhale, twist to the left. Again, finding a variation on this side. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float back. Flowing, breathing, connecting, protecting those elbows, those shoulders, and eventually finding downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg up and back. Exhale, high lunge, plant the left foot, rising up. Driving that right heel back, keeping that back leg straight. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend, elbows into cactus arms, shine your heart forward. Inhale, straight, find length. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Last one. Exhale, bend at the elbows, press the heart forward. Inhale, straighten, keeping the legs straight. Folding forward, modified pyramid pose. Drive that right heel back. Feeling the stretch through the backs of the legs. Holding and breathing for one more breath. Putting a micro bend into that left knee. Walking the fingertips forward. Right leg lifts, standing split. And on the exhale, right foot meets left at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center in prayer. Taking a deep inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float back. Finding your downward facing dog once again. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot comes between the palms, staying down nice and low in your runner's lunge. Keeping the left hand planted, right arm reaches, simple twists. Creating a line of energy from the left palm out the right hand, driving into that left toe, right hand comes down, drawing yourself up into a high lunge. Sinking that left heel back. Finding one more breath here. And exhale, drop the left heel, find warrior two. Stacking that right knee on top of the right ankle, finding length through the fingertips, creating a line of energy across the body. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bump the hips back. Trikonasana, triangle pose, right hand comes down, left arm lifts, pressing the back body against the imaginary wall behind you. Keeping the legs straight, just as they are, reversing your triangle. Right arm reaches up and back. Stretching from the right toes out, the right hand. Beginning to bend into that right knee. Reverse warrior. And transitioning into balancing half moon pose. Right hand comes forward and maybe down to the earth as you stack the left hip on top of the right, flexing the left toes, left arm reaches, exploring your balance here if you're ready, or staying right where you are, maybe bringing that right hand toward the heart. One more breath here. Exhale, left hand comes down next to the right to square the hips. Back into that standing split. Lift the left toes, grabbing for the right calf with the right hand. Drawing your heart towards your right thigh. And bringing the left foot next to the right on the outside of the right foot. So crossing at the ankles. Pinky toes are next to each other. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, feeling the different type of stretch through the backs of the legs. Folding just a bit deeper. Coming back to your breath. And releasing the legs next to one another, pedaling out the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float back. Lowering down through your vinyasa. Moving to the opposite side from down dog, reach the left leg up and back. Exhale, runner's lunge, plant the left foot. Shining the heart forward, driving that right heel back, right hand plants, left arm lifts, simple twist. Reaching through the left hand, trying to keep that back leg straight. Exhale, left hand comes down, preparing for your high lunge pose, drawing yourself up. Still reaching that heel back, straightening that back leg behind you. Exhale, open warrior two. Stacking that left knee on top of that left ankle. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bump the hips back. Left arm reaches forward and then down. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Allowing the heart, the shoulders, the hips to open. Driving through the pinky side edge of the right foot. Keeping the legs straight, reversing your triangle. Left arm reaches. Extending that stretch from the left toes out, the left hand. Beginning to bend into that left knee. Reverse warrior. Transitioning into balancing half moon pose. Left hand comes forward and then down. Stacking the right hip on top of the left. Right arm reaches. Flexing the right toes. Exploring your balance here, holding for two more breaths. Right hand comes down to the mat, squaring the hips back to that standing split. Point the right toes, lift the leg, maybe taking that left hand to grab for the left thigh, drawing your heart toward your leg. One more breath, lift just a bit higher. On the exhale, crossing at the ankles. Right foot comes next to the left, big pinky toes next to each other. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold into a forward fold here. And slowly beginning to draw yourself up as you uncross the legs. Finding Tadasana, mountain pose. Taking a deep inhale in. Exhale out. Coming into a balancing posture here. Just a basic tree pose is what we're going to do tonight. Knowing you can explore this pose as deeply as you'd like. Shifting the weight into the left foot. Spreading the toes wide, rooting down into the mat. Turning the right knee out. The toes can either stay right on the mat as you rest the sole of the right foot. You can bring the foot to the inside of the calf or begin to draw it to the inside of the thigh, moving it into any arm variation here. My foot's slippery today. Right before the studio closed, I took a class with Kelly Karazi. In Leah, one of the students behind me, I could see the shadow of her arms on the wall as she allowed her tree to dance. Maybe exploring that. Since you're home, no judgment. It's just you and your tree. Finding one more breath and letting it go. Shaking that out. Coming into the other side. Right toes spread wide, rooting down into the earth. Allowing that left knee to open and finding your variation on the left side or on the right side. Maybe again, allowing your hands to dance, your branches to wave, rooting down into the right foot as you rise through the crown of the head. That's been my word for this year. Rise. And eventually coming down, rising above the chaos, above the drama, letting it all go. Taking a moment to flow through your vinyasa to make your way back into your downward facing dog, however you would like. From down dog, breathing deeply, reconnecting to the breath. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, drawing the knee toward the nose, warrior two. Rising up from your warrior two, straighten the front leg, Trikonasana triangle pose. Opening the heart, maybe extending that left arm overhead, extended triangle. Moving into our side angle pose, needing to bend into that right knee. Right hand can come to the inside of the foot, or you can stay up high on the thigh. Whatever feels good for you. Holding for one more breath. Transitioning into a simple twist. Left hand comes down, going to the ball of the back foot. Right arm reaches from our simple twist. Coming into side plank, swinging that right leg back to stack it on top of the left. You can also stagger the feet. You can drop that left knee as we did at the beginning of class. Maybe lifting the right foot. Finding one more breath. Right hand comes down into plank pose, either flowing through your vinyasa, moving back to down dog, or dropping into a child's pose for a rest. From downward facing dog, reach the left leg up and back. Exhale, knee toward the nose, warrior two. Rising back up, knowing where we're headed now. Straighten the front leg, triangle pose. Extending that triangle, right arm reaches forward. Trying to keep that left shoulder underneath the right. Preparing for a side angle. Bending into that left knee, palm comes to the inside of the foot, or forearm to the thigh. Holding for 2 more breaths. Transitioning to simple twists. Right hand comes down, ball of the back foot. Left arm reaches. Transitioning right into our side angle pose. Bringing that left foot on top of the right. Left arm lifts. Engaging the core. Stacking or staggering the feet. Exploring this pose for 1 more breath. Left hand comes down, flow through your vinyasa, and find your way back to downward facing dog. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, core plank. Inhale, extend up and back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, core plank. Inhale, extend up and back. Last one, exhale, right knee to the nose. Pigeon pose. Bring that right knee behind the right palm. Right ankle behind the left. Squaring the hips. Straightening the left leg behind you. Finding a moment here. Allowing that right cheek to drop. Adding any props that might feel good as we begin to lower down into this pose. Getting into the tension of the hips. Maybe lowering our forehead to the mat or to our arms. Holding and breathing here for 5 breaths. Breathing into the discomfort. Allowing whatever comes to come. Whatever stays to stay. Whatever leaves to leave, not attaching to anything. Being fully present to whatever comes up. For 1 more breath. Bringing the palms underneath the shoulders, pressing your heart up. Tucking the left toes under, lifting the left knee, swinging that right leg up and back to release it out. Going back to your downward facing dog. Moving to the opposite side. Inhale, reach the left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, core plank. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, core plank. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee toward the nose, pigeon pose. Knee behind the left palm, ankle behind the right. Untuck the toes, straighten the leg behind you. Slowly begin to lower down, lowering the hips down. Finding your breath. Walking the hands forward, allowing that left cheek to move toward the mat. Bringing your forehead to the mat, to the hands, maybe to a block if you're up a little bit higher. And getting right back into the opposite side. Releasing any judgment over which side is tighter. We're all naturally a little unbalanced. Using this practice to balance ourselves physically, mentally, spiritually, especially during times like these, holding for one more breath. Bringing the palms underneath the shoulders, tucking the right toes under, lifting the right knee, swing that left leg up and back, and make your way back to downward facing dog. From down dog, you can move through one more vinyasa to rinse that out, or bring the knees down onto the mat into your child's pose, either knees together, arms resting at your sides, or knees open wide, arms reaching forward. Reconnecting to your breath, allowing your heart to begin to rest, allowing the breath to slow down. And slowly beginning to draw yourself up to sit on your heels. Finding hero's pose here. I don't have a very deep hero's pose, but if you do and you are familiar with the pose, definitely go as deep as you need to. Keeping the knees together, ankles open wide to make room for your seat. Pulling the muscles out from your calves to make room as you lower down. If your seat comes all the way to the mat, which mine does not, I have very tight knees, you can begin to lower back. I'm going to stay right here, knowing that wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. Still receiving all the benefits of this pose if you're not lowering all the way back. Putting that compression on the knees so that when we release this pose, fresh blood will flow to those areas. Healing injuries, but also preventing them. Holding for 2 more breaths if you can. And slowly beginning to come out of the pose, swinging the legs forward, long in front of you, shaking the legs out, sending love to those knees, reaching the arms forward, thumbs pointing up, and slowly lowering all the way down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. On the inhale, reach the arms out long behind you, toes pointing forward, creating as much length as you can, making yourself as long, as large as possible, never making yourself small. One more breath, reaching, finding length. And exhale, drawing the knees into the chest, wrapping the arms around the shins, rocking gently from side to side, maybe drawing your forehead up toward the knees. Releasing the feet to the mat, hip width distance apart, coming into a bridge series here. If you have a wheel in your practice, feel free to take wheel on the second or the third bridge. Beginning to warm up the spine, driving the heels into the mat. Palms resting at your sides. On the inhale, lift the hips toward the sky. Trying to squeeze the knees toward each other as if there's a block between them. If you have a block, you can put it right there. Not knocking them together, but allowing everything to engage as you lift just a bit higher. And slowly lower down, taking the feet mat width distance apart, knees fall together. Sending love to that lower back. Preparing for our second bridge. Or your first wheel, feet hip width distance apart. Maybe this time you'll wiggle walk the arms underneath the shoulders, interlacing the fingers, driving the pinkies into the mat to lift a bit higher, using that bind, lifting everything up. If you're in your wheels, lifting the hips, pressing through the palms, and slowly beginning to lower back down. Once again, feet hip width distance apart, knees knocked together. Deciding for your third bridge, if you'd like to go deeper, or maybe back off a bit. If you have a block, maybe taking a restorative bridge. That sounds good to me right now. We're going to do that. I love a restorative bridge. Feet hip width distance apart if you have a block. As you lift the hips, placing the block just above the tailbone on that flat part of the butt below the lower back. Wherever you are, receiving all the benefits of having the hips lifted above the head, which allows fresh blood to flow toward our heart, allowing our heart chakra to open wide for all the love that the world, that the universe has for us to receive. Coming out of this pose whenever you're ready. I could stay here forever. Lifting the hips to remove the block. Drawing the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side, massaging out the lower back. Maybe beginning to rock forward and backward, creating some momentum to come into Dandasana, staff pose, legs out long, flexing the toes so much that the heels begin to lift off of the mat. Allowing the heels to come back down, micro bend in the knees. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, leading with the heart, folding forward. Allowing the hands to fall wherever they end up. Not reaching too far, not straining too much on that lower back. You know, that's where I've been feeling a lot of my tension lately. Too much Netflix, too much time in bed. Lowering down on the exhale, folding just a bit deeper. Drawing yourself back up. Taking the soles of the feet together, knees open wide into butterfly or bound angled pose. Either staying where you are, pressing the elbows into the insides of the thighs, or using that exhale to fold forward. Beginning to draw yourself back up. Hands come underneath the knees to close the legs like a book. Reaching the arms out long in front of you once again. And coming all the way down onto your back. Drawing the knees into the chest. Finding a supine twist here, arms out to a T. Allowing the knees to fall heavy to the left side, gazing toward the right hand. The asana practice, what we did, all those vinyasas, all that movement, was really meant to prepare the body for the next step of yoga, meditation. Knees coming back through center and allowing them to fall heavy to the right side, gazing toward the left hand. So maybe after completing this practice tonight, I think a Sunday night is the perfect time to sit in meditation, even if it's just for a few minutes. There are a lot of apps that you can follow. There's a lot of meditations online right now that you can access for free, drawing the knees back into center. Finding happy baby pose, flexing the feet, grabbing for the outsides of the feet or the big toes, trying to place the soles of the feet on the ceiling by flexing them so much so they're totally flat, drawing the knees down toward the earth, pressing the tailbone down into the mat, recognizing that there are 7 limbs of yoga. And what we do here when we're moving through our asanas is just a very small part of yoga. Maybe taking this time to explore the other limbs. Maybe taking the time to create a meditation practice if you don't have one already. Releasing the hands from the feet, extending the legs long for legs up the wall pose, flexing the toes, reversing the effects of gravity, allowing fresh blood to flow from the toes, down our legs, into our hips. Engaging the core and trying to lower the legs all the way down to the mat. On a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down. Taking the feet as wide as the mat, allowing the toes to splay open, arms resting at your sides. Coming into our final rest, our final Shavasana. I'll move you through a short relaxation meditation, really just helping you to focus on each part of the body to relax since we don't have any music for our Shavasana. Beginning to focus on the toes, sending softness and love and peace to our feet, relaxing each and every muscle in our ankles, softening, letting go, breathing into our calves, into our shins, relaxing, releasing, noticing the tops of the knees and the backs of the knees and all the work they've done, softening and breathing. Relaxing into the thighs, the quadriceps, the largest muscles in the body. They're working so hard for us each and every day. The insides of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. Letting go. Breathing into the hips, from the lower belly to the lower back. Softening and breathing. Moving into the abdomen, into our core, the front and the back body. Softening into our shoulder blades, into our heart space. Beginning to move toward our clavicle, relaxing all the muscles surrounding the bones and the shoulders. Relaxing the biceps and the triceps as we move down the arm. Relaxing the elbow, the forearm. Breathing into the wrists that have held us up during our practice. Resting the palms of the hands and the backs of the hands. And each and every finger. Softening into our neck, into the back of our head, into our jaw, into our mouth, the tongue, the lips. Relaxing our cheeks, our nose, our eyes, our ears, softening the forehead and the eyebrows. And finally, the crown of the head, allowing the body to completely rest. Holding here for a few more breaths. And the most important posture of our asana practice, Shavasana, allowing all the work that we did to settle. Staying here as long as you'd like. Or beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Bringing movement to the wrists and to the ankles. Bending the knees, placing the soles of the feet onto the mat. Extending the arms out long behind us for a stretch. Falling heavy to your right side, finding one more moment for yourself. And whenever you're ready, not a moment before, with eyes closed, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position in Siddhasana, seated pose, accomplished pose. Drawing the hands together at heart center in prayer, bowing your head in dedication to your practice. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide tonight. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the practice. I hope you're having a nice Sunday night, as nice as it can be. And I will hopefully see you guys sooner rather than later. And have a nice rest of the evening.